In a world full of magic and wonder, there lived 7 royal caterpillars who were destined to become butterflies. They lived in the heart of a giant oak tree in a cozy silk hammock and spent their days feasting on sweet nectar and pollen from the tree's blossoms. Their lives were carefree and happy, and they had no worries in the world. But one day, the oldest and wisest of the caterpillars was also the future queen butterfly. Noticed something strange. The fireflies that usually lit up the night sky were missing. Without their glow, the world was plunged into darkness, and the caterpillars were scared. They knew that the fireflies were not just magical creatures that brought light to the darkness, but they were also the guardians of their world. And if they weren't careful, their world could be destroyed. Determined to find out what had happened, the caterpillars set off on a quest to find the missing fireflies. Along their journey, they met a wise old owl who told them that the fireflies had been captured by an evil sorcerer named Grimalkin. Grimalkin had used his dark magic to steal the fireflies' light and had hidden them in his lair. Well, the caterpillars were sad, but they knew they had to do something. If their world were going to be destroyed, they all would be destroyed along with it. But who would save them? They were just silly little caterpillars after all. As they sat there thinking of a solution, the oldest and wisest of the caterpillars noticed something. One of the youngest caterpillars, who had been clumsier than the others, hadn't even started his transformation into a butterfly yet. His wings were still clear, like glass, and he hadn't grown any brighter yet. But the weirdest thing about him was that he didn't seem to care. While the other caterpillars worried about their world, this caterpillar was perfectly happy being himself. And when the oldest and wisest caterpillar realized what was happening, he called the other caterpillars over. "I know we don't have much time," he said, "but I think we need to help him." The other caterpillars were confused. "How can we help him? He's not ready to be a butterfly yet. Doesn't even have any colors, because he's the only one who isn't afraid of the dark." The oldest and wisest replied, "He can still see the good in the world, even though he's never known anything different." They all looked at the young caterpillar, who was happily munching on a leaf. He didn't seem to care that their world was slowly being consumed by darkness. He didn't seem to care that they might all die. He was just happy being himself. And then the oldest and wisest of the caterpillars had an idea. He flew over to the young caterpillar and asked him, "Would you be willing to be the new Firefly King? You don't have to be like the others. You can be yourself." The young caterpillar looked at him and asked, "What do you mean?" And the oldest and wisest explained everything. He told him about the darkness that was spreading, about the evil sorcerer, and about how he needed to become the new Firefly King. The young caterpillar thought for a moment. "I don't want to be a Firefly King," he said. "I don't want your powers. I want to be me." The oldest and wisest understood. "Then let's bring the light back together." So the young caterpillar and the oldest and wisest of the caterpillars set off on a new journey. This time, they weren't looking for the fireflies. They were bringing the fireflies back. Wherever they went, the young caterpillar's light grew stronger, until it was as bright as the sun. And wherever they went, the darkness lifted and the flowers bloomed again. Soon, the entire forest was filled with light and color again, and the other caterpillars were able to finish their transformations into beautiful butterflies. As for the young caterpillar, well, he didn't become a Firefly King, but he did become something even more special. He became the hero of their world, the one who had saved them all from the darkness, even though he was just a silly little caterpillar who hadn't even transformed yet.